What's up, Commanders fans? It's another exciting day here at Commanders HQ because our team is pushing harder than ever to take that next big leap. With a new coaching staff, a superstar rookie quarterback, and some aggressive offseason, moves already in the books, the goal is clear. Build a powerhouse now and sustain it for the future. And listen, before we dive into today's story, a trade proposal that could shake up our defense and a key piece of advice from a rival GM, go ahead and smash that like button and hit subscribe. We're bringing you non-stop Commanders content, so all off-season long, and you won't want to miss a thing. All right, let's start with the buzz surrounding Washington's defense. According to NFL writer Anthony Palacios, there's one move the Commanders must make before the 2025 season. Kicks off, trade for Buffalo Bills edge rusher A.J. Epinesa. Now hold on, I know what you're thinking. We've already made moves. Deebo Samuel, Laremy Tunsil, Marshon Lattimore. Aren't we done? Not quite. The departure of Dante Fowler Jr., who led the team in sacks last year, has left a hole in Dan Quinn's front seven. And while we've got some intriguing young talent in the pipeline, there's still a glaring need for a veteran presence who can get after the quarterback consistently. That's where Epinesa comes in. Epinesa has quietly been one of the most productive rotational pass rushers in the NFL over the last few years. He's logged at least 6 sacks in each of the past 3 seasons. In 2024, he put up 6 sacks again. And that would have been 3rd on Washington's roster last year, but it's not just about sacks. He brings versatility, size, and experience. He's not a one-dimensional edge rusher. He's effective against the run, can line up inside or out, and would fit beautifully in Dan Quinn's evolving scheme. You need guys like this to make a playoff push, especially in today's NFL, where pressuring the quarterback all 4 quarters is non-negotiable. Here's the kicker. Washington wouldn't even need to break the bank to get him. Palacios suggests a day 3 pick, maybe a 4th or 5th rounder, could be enough to pry Epinesa away from Buffalo. The Bills are loaded along the defensive line, and at 26 years old with a $12 million cap hit, he might be the odd man out. Let's be real. If you're trying to build a contender while your quarterback is on a rookie contract, these are exactly the types of low-risk, high-reward moves that make all the difference. The Commanders have cap space. They have a clear need. And if you want to keep momentum on defense, A.J. Epinesa is a name you should keep your eyes on. Now, let's switch gears to the other side of the ball. Because while we're talking about roster building and maximizing potential, one voice. From outside, the building just dropped a golden nugget of wisdom. Buffalo Bills general manager Brandon Beane, the guy who helped build that team around Josh Allen, had this to say about Washington's plan with Jayden Daniels. Ultimately, make sure he's protected. Simple, but powerful. Beane explained that one of the biggest priorities with a mobile quarterback like Daniels is finding the balance between letting him do his thing, escape the pocket, make plays with his legs, and teaching him when to slide, when to get out of bounds, and how to avoid unnecessary hits. It's a lesson the Bills had to drill into Josh Allen for years. This lines up perfectly with what we've seen Washington do already. They went out and traded for elite left tackle Laremy Tunsil to help anchor the line. That's huge. But Beane's point still stands. Protecting Daniels has to be priority number 1. Not just with offensive linemen, but with smart coaching and player development. And yes, the 2025 NFL Draft is right around the corner, from April 24th to the 26th. And you better believe this team will be looking at prospects who can reinforce the trenches. Let's be clear, everything the Commanders are building revolves around Jayden Daniels. He's already shown leadership, toughness, and the ability to light it up with both his arm and his legs. But in order for him to grow into the elite franchise QB we know he can be, he needs time, protection, and a support system that allows him to thrive without taking hits every Sunday. The Commanders are in a window. This isn't a rebuild. This is go time. With Jayden Daniels' rookie contract giving the front office flexibility, now is the moment to stack talent, make smart moves, and prepare for a real playoff run. So let's talk about the move that turned. Heads at the start of free agency. the Washington Commanders went out and landed three-time Pro Bowl offensive tackle Laremy Tunsil from the Houston Texans. That's right. Washington sent over a package including a 2025 third-round pick, a seventh-rounder, and 2 more picks in 2026, including a second and a fourth, to bring Tunsil to the nation's capital. Now, at first glance, some people said it was a hefty price. But when you look at the value of protecting your franchise quarterback, Jayden Daniels, that investment makes all the sense in the world. And if you don't believe me, just listen to what Texans head coach DeMeco Ryans had to say about Tunsil after the trade. Ryans didn't hesitate to give the Commanders their flowers for this move. They're getting one of the top one-on-one pass protectors in the NFL. It will definitely benefit Jayden having a guy he knows can protect his blind side, Ryans said via ESPN's John Keim. That's not just coach talk. That's real. Tunsil has consistently been one of the most dominant pass blockers in the league. And now he's going to be the guy responsible for keeping Jayden upright, confident, and in rhythm. Think about what that means. With Tunsil holding down the left side, Jayden doesn't have to be looking over his shoulder every drop back. He can trust the protection, stay in the pocket, go through his reads, and sling it. That means more explosive plays, more scoring drives, and ultimately, a more dangerous offense. Let's not forget, the Commanders' offense was already 5th in the NFL in scoring last season. Add a Laremy Tunsil to the mix, you're looking at a unit that could legitimately push for top 3 status in 2025. Now let's shift gears for a second and talk about one of the most feel-good stories of the offseason. A name you might remember from a few years back, Josh Johnson, is back in the burgundy and gold. That's right. The veteran quarterback, who had a brief but memorable stint with the team back in 2018, is returning to Washington. And let me tell you, this ain't the same organization he left behind. When Johnson arrived back at the team facility on Friday, the energy hit him immediately. The energy was crazy this morning. Totally shocked me and my family. It was very welcome, just very welcoming, Johnson said. The building is still similar, but it's a lot different nuances going on. I am really excited just to be back here and ready to get better. You love to hear it. Back in 2018, Johnson made 4 starts for Washington and even picked up a win in Week 15 against Jacksonville. But that was a different team, with a different culture, and not a whole lot of direction. This team, it's a unit with identity, with cohesion, with leadership at every level, starting with Dan Quinn and trickling down through coordinators, like Cliff Kingsbury. Johnson pointed out something key in his presser. He can already see the connection between Kingsbury and Jayden Daniels. That's important, because even if Johnson's role is more about depth and mentorship, that chemistry is contagious. He's not just here to sit around. He's here to contribute however he can. And let's not forget, Washington also brought back Marcus Mariota as the primary backup. But make no mistake, Josh Johnson is a respected vet, a leader in the locker room, someone who's seen it all and can help guide this young quarterback room. And let me ask you this, can you ever have too much quarterback experience in today's NFL? Didn't think so. Speaking of Jayden Daniels, all eyes are on his development heading into year 1 as the new face of the franchise. And the message coming from NFL circles is loud and clear. Protect your investment. That's exactly what Buffalo Bills GM Brandon Beane said when asked about the Commanders' offseason strategy. Ultimately, make sure he is protected, Beane told ESPN's John Keim. How does he play as many games as possible? Daniels is an elusive runner, but it's about protecting him with the line and then him protecting himself. Beane knows what he's talking about. He's watched Josh Allen take hits, unnecessary hits, and has had to work with Allen on learning when to slide, when to step out, and when to live to play another down. That same mentorship and guidance is going to be crucial for Jayden. He's got the legs, he's got the arm, he's got the it factor, but he needs to stay healthy to lead this team where it wants to go. That's why the Tunsil trade is so much more than just an upgrade. It's a commitment. It says, "We believe in Jayden Daniels, and we're going to give him everything. He needs to thrive." But don't expect Washington to stop there. With the draft right around the corner, April 24th through 26th, the Commanders have a real opportunity to keep adding pieces around Daniels. More protection, more weapons, more depth. This is about building something sustainable, not just for one season, but for the long haul. So let's bring it home. Commanders Nation, do you think Washington should pull the trigger and trade for A.J. Epinesa? Is a day 3 pick worth shoring up the edge with a proven pass rusher? And what about Brandon Bean's comments? Do you think the Commanders are doing enough to protect Jayden Daniels? Or is there more work to be done in the draft? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear from you. Let's keep the conversation going. And of course, if you enjoyed this breakdown and want more exclusive updates, trade rumors, draft previews, and everything Commanders related, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss a video. This is Commanders HQ, where we bleed burgundy and gold every single day. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.